Hi BookTube, I'm Peg and welcome to my channel. Have you noticed I've changed my name back to what it originally was, the Book Prize Addict? I've been thinking about what I want to, I just went over 1 year of being on BookTube and I've tried all kinds of things, had several different names, and I've been taking a few weeks to think about what I want to do now in my second year on BookTube. And I really want to still talk about book prizes, so I've changed my name back to the Book Prize Addict, which I've always been. Anyway, I thought it over a little, and last year I tried to talk about every book prize there was that I could find and follow it and talk about it, and I'm not going to do that. I've selected the book prizes I really enjoy reading and talking about, and I'm going to concentrate on those. And actually, the ones I look back on that gave me the most joy in reading and learning about was books from other English-speaking countries. And those I'm going to be concentrating on. There's a couple prizes coming up from Canada that I followed last year and actually met some Canadians this summer and had a great time talking about. And the Australian prizes, I followed 2 of those, so I'll be doing those again. And I want to tell you about a brand new big prize. I think it's going to be very meaningful, from India. It's called the JCB Prize for Literature. Here's their logo. And this is the first year for it. It's getting all kinds of attention because, for one thing, JCB is a huge conglomerate company there in India and actually globally that has pumped a lot of money into this prize in an effort to bring forward the literature of India. And it's open to any Indian citizen, any book that's been published in the last year by an Indian company and publishing company, and it welcomes translations into English from other languages used there in India, so that people can begin to find out about all the different sects and creeds and things in India. And this came out just September 5th, last week, and it has got some great looking books on it. Most of them I've had to order, but there were a few that one I had, and let's get this going here, and one that I got on Kindle. And so I'm going to be starting that. I've put a link down at the bottom and the dates on it. They'll be choosing a short list and then a big festival for the winner. And the one I've started on was a huge 500-page book, the Book of Chocolate Saints. Now, this author has won the DSC prize for South Asian literature, which is another Asian prize I'll be following, and I followed last year. And he's also been a finalist for the Man Booker Prize. I started this last night, and it's really good. It's a story of an artist who starts out in India and goes to the U.S. and travels the world, and his life in the art world. Kind of crazy, but I'm really enjoying it so far. So I'll be back to talk about more about that. Another book that's on the JCB long list is one I happen to have, All the Lives We Never Live by Arundhati Roy. I'd gotten this from Book Depository when I thought it might be on the Booker list, actually. I haven't read it, but it's got a great first sentence. In my childhood, I was known as the boy whose mother had run off with an Englishman. And so I'm looking forward to reading this. This author, Arundhati Roy, has also been formally listed for both the Man Booker Prize and, again, the DSC South Asian Prize. So I'm looking forward to reading that. Okay, those will be, I was able to order them from Amazon, though they haven't been published here yet. So they'll be coming in not quickly, but through the method where they come weeks or you don't know when they're coming. So I'm anxious to get reading on some of those. And I would like to read it by, read the 10 by October 3rd when they announce the short list. I'd like to talk about them all and be able to say what I think should be on my own short list. Okay, the next book prize that I had not intended to follow, but I will be a certain portion, is the National Book Award, our big award here in the U.S. That is going to be announced next week. Now, they do a kind of staggered announcement of their different long lists over 3 days. It will start on September 12th, Wednesday, where they'll have the young, here's their logo, National Book Award, you can't read that. Anyway, they'll have the young people's literature, and then they'll go on with poetry, nonfiction, and fiction on Thursday and Friday. But I was a little disappointed last year in their selections for fiction, which I followed for many years, and this is the one I was unsure about if I really wanted to follow. Now, I'm still saying I'm not sure about following the fiction part of it unless I like them or haven't read them or whatever. But for the first time ever, they're including a new award for translated literature. Anything that's been translated into English and has been published here in the U.S. in the last year. So I am definitely up for that. And I know a lot of you have been reading translated literature lately, and hopefully we'll have some comments. So that will be coming out on Wednesday at 2:30. So I may be back and talk about that. I'm very excited about that addition to the National Book Award. Okay, and lastly, I just want to give you a short update on what I'm going to be following. I will be following the Canadian Giller Prize, which will be announced, no, it can't be September 7th. I'm not sure. I think it's a week, not next week, but the week after that. Does the 12th, well, 17th? I think maybe it's the 17th. Okay, well, whatever. Anyway, it'll be coming out, and I have to say, I am so glad I followed that last year and the other Canadian prize, the Governor General's Award, because I had so much fun when I was in Canada for Sean's wedding and met 4 or 5 other reader friends of his who were Canadians, and I felt like I fit right in with their Canadian literature talk. It was so fun. I'm sure you've seen Sean's latest booktube where he showed us in the bookstore going crazy. It was a great time, and I'm looking forward to remaining in contact with my Canadian friends and talking over the Giller Prize and then the next one that will be there. Okay, I was going to show you, if you are Canadian, they are having a contest. Here's the main thing, Scotiabank Giller Prize books, but you can see it better. This is their 25th anniversary, and they have all 25 winners that they're going to give away in some kind of prize. Since I knew I probably wasn't eligible, I didn't read about it, but some of you Canadian readers might want to take a look at that. I'll put the link down at the bottom, and you could win all 25 winners. That looks fun. Okay, so let's see. I was just going to show you. I did read this, follow this last year, and here is the Bellevue Square was the winner last year, and the year before that it was the one that Sean's favorite book of all time, which was Do Not Say We Have Nothing. So I'm hoping to meet some new authors and books when that comes out, and I'll be back to talk about those and the other two. Okay, happy reading this weekend. Bye.